Okay, day 4, we're going to continue on with solving a system of equations, but we're going to look at word problems. And I know how some of you feel about word problems is you probably feel like this here, okay? Sad face. But they're really not so bad as long as you follow a couple steps. They're quite easy. But before we get into word problems, I am going to look at one problem you had for your assignment yesterday on Schoology, and it involved this one here. So we have y is equal to x minus 19, and then 2x minus y is equal to 27. So the best way to go about solving this is using substitution because y is already solved for. The expression for y is x minus 19. So I'll take x minus 19 and I'll substitute it for that y. I'll show you two mistakes students usually do. The first mistake is this here. They'll write 2x minus, now they see that y, the expression for y is x minus 19, and then they'll go x minus 19 equals 27. That's only partially correct, okay? What you need to do is you need to put that x minus 19 in parentheses, okay? Because that's the expression for y. That's the expression for y. And then, okay, and then the other thing that they'll do, so maybe they'll do that right, but then they forget that you have to distribute the negative to both the positive x and the negative 19. So here, so I would have 2x minus x plus 19 equals 27. And so I would have x plus 19 equals 27. X is equal to 8. And then we could take what we found for x and then substitute it into the first equation to find y. So x is equal to 8. So 8 minus 19, x equals negative 11. So the solution, y is equal to negative 11, I'm sorry. So the solution is 8 and negative 11. All right? But again, when you have a minus in particular, and it only really happens when you have a minus in particular, okay, you have to remember to put things in parentheses. Otherwise, you won't distribute that minus correctly. Just remember to put you should always put things in parentheses. All right, so here, steps for solving real world problems. So I'm going to go through these. And this makes solving word problems easy as long as you follow these steps. Number one, you always want to highlight the important information in the problem. That will help you write two equations. I always like to say, highlight what are you solving for? What are you solving for? Okay, always figure that out. 2, you'll define your variables. 3, you'll write two equations. 4, you'll use one of the methods, either substitution or elimination, to solve. And the fifth one, I like to add. I got this from the internet, but I always add number 5. Sometimes it helps to create an organization chart, and you'll see what I mean. So here we have old MacDonald. He has a farm, or she. On a particular day, Farmer MacDonald counted a total of 296 chicken and pig legs. So there was a total legs of 296, and a total of 127 chicken and pig heads. So now we want to write a system of equations to determine how many pigs and how many chickens Farmer MacDonald had that day. So step 1, I highlighted in blue. What are you solving for? I'm solving to determine how many pigs and how many chickens Farmer MacDonald had that day. To do that, I drew an organization chart. And at the top of the organization chart, I listed what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'll say, so this is like 1 and 2 combined. I'm defining my variables, okay, with the help of my organization chart. Okay, so I'll say x is equal to the number of pigs, because that's what we want to know, and y is equal to the number of chickens. Okay, so there. So I define my variables with my organization chart. So I go back through and then I just collect some more information. What else do I know? Well, I know that on a particular day there was a total of 296 legs. Okay, so over here I say, okay, legs. It's a total of 296. Now, every pig has 4 legs and every chicken has 2 legs, okay? And then what else do I know? I know that he counted at 127 chicken and pig heads. Now, every pig has 1 head. There's no such thing as a 2-headed pig. But there is such a thing as a pig with no head. Does anybody know what it is? I always like asking this question in class. Okay. What is a pig with no head called? It's called bacon. Okay. And then every chicken has 1 head. And there was 127 heads altogether. All right. So now that helps me write my two equations here. So the first equation is 4x, 4 times the number of pigs, plus 2y, 2 times the number of chickens, will give me a total of 296 legs. Each pig has 4 legs and each chicken has 2. And then the other equation is heads. Okay, x plus y equals 127. So there's my 2 equations from my table. See it right there? That's my table. 1x, 1y, 4x, and 2y. And then to solve this, I'll just use elimination. So I multiply the bottom equation by -2. Okay, I multiply the bottom equation by -2. So I have -2x, -2y equals -254. And then I use elimination. So I add 4x plus a -2x is 2x. And then 296 plus a -254 gives me 42. Okay. And so x is equal to 21 when I divide by 2. X is equal to 21. And then I can substitute what x is into that equation there to find y. And y gives me 106. So there were 106 chickens and 21 pigs that day. There are 106 chickens and 21 pigs that day. And you can check your work if you want to, okay? Each pig, so there was 21 of them, and each pig has 4 legs, and there was 106 chicken, and each chicken has 2 legs. And if you multiply and add, you get 296. So it's easy to verify the heads, okay? It's easy to verify the heads. 21 and 106 is 127. So again, what did I do? I highlighted the information in the problem. Okay, I figured out what it is to find. What am I looking for? Okay, I drew my organization chart. I defined the variables. Okay, that's important. If you don't define the variables, you don't get very far. And then I collected the information in the problem and I organized it in the organization chart. And then I wrote my 2 equations and solved. Let's look at the next problem here. Okay, at a restaurant, 1 breakfast taco and 1 small glass of milk sold for $2.10. 2 tacos and 3 small glasses of milk sold for $5.15. Again, let's highlight what we're looking for. So write a system of equations to determine the price of a taco and the price of a glass of milk. So again, I drew my organization chart. Okay, I define my variable. X is equal to the price of a taco. That's what the problem says. And then Y is equal to the price of milk. Now I'll complete my organization chart. Okay, 1 meal consisted of 1 taco and 1 small glass of milk, and that sold for $2.10. And then another meal consisted of 2 tacos and 3 small glasses of milk, and that sold for $5.15. Okay, so I have 2 equations there. I have 2 equations. Okay, one equation, I have x plus y is equal to 210, and the other equation from my table will have 2x plus 3y is equal to 515. Okay, so I have those 2 equations. Oops, where's my equal sign here? I need the equal sign. Okay, x plus y is equal to 210, and then 2x plus 3y is equal to 515. So that comes directly from the table. And then I used elimination. Okay, I multiplied the top equation by -2, and I got -2x minus 2y equals -410. And then I added, I got y is equal to 95 cents. So I know what y is. Y is equal to 95 cents. Okay, and then I use this equation here. If y is 95 cents, I use that equation there to find x. So x plus 95 cents equals 210. Subtract 95 cents, and I got $1.15. So the price of a taco was $1.15, and the price of milk was 95 cents. Okay, again, what did I do? I highlighted the important information. Okay, I drew my organization chart. I defined my variables. And then I read back through the problem and then completed my organization chart or table. Sometimes you don't always need an organization chart. Let's look at the last problem here. So here we have a hot air balloon. It rises from the ground at a rate of 50 feet per minute. Another hot air balloon is 1,200 feet in the air, and it descends. It falls at a rate of 20 feet per minute. When will the two balloons be at the same altitude? So here I drew a coordinate plane to help. Okay. On one axis I have time, and the other axis I have altitude. And what we're working with linear equations. Y is equal to mx plus b. So for the first equation, a hot air balloon rises from the ground at a rate of 50 feet per minute. So at time 0, it starts at the origin, and then it goes up. You see that red line? It goes up. Every minute is gaining altitude. So that equation number 1, y is equal to 50x. It starts at the origin, the y-intercept is 0, it goes up 50 feet per minute. The other equation, the other balloon, okay, starts at 1,200 feet per minute. Right there, it starts at 1,200 feet per minute, but it descends, it falls. Okay, so my other equation is y is equal to 1,200, that's where I start, but it's falling 20 feet per minute. Okay, it's descending. All right, so those are my two equations. I have y is equal to 50x and y is equal to 1,200 minus 20x. The easiest substitution problems you will ever have to solve. Why is that? Because as I said yesterday, if y equals a and y equals b, let me clear that up, y equals b. If y equals a and y equals b, then a is equal to b. I can set them equal to each other. Okay? Y equals a, y equals b, then a is equal to b. Y equals 50x, y is equal to 1,200 minus 20x. I can set 50x or substitute 50x for the other y. So 50x equals 1,200 minus 20x. Add 20x to both sides. I get 70x is equal to 1,200. Divide by 70. I get x is equal to 17.14. So 17.14 minutes. Okay, so in 17.14 minutes. All right, and then what will be the altitude? Well, I'll just take 17.14 and substitute it into equation 1. Okay, y is equal to 50x, or y is equal to 50 times 17.14. And that gives me 857.14. All right, and so that will be the altitude. Okay, so in 17.14 minutes, they'll be at an altitude, both balloons, at an altitude of 857.14 feet. All right, so altitude, and that's in feet. Time is in minutes. So there. All right, so you'll have like 8 or 9 word problems to do. Like yesterday, I'll put the solutions out on Schoology so you can check your work like I did yesterday. But you don't get credit for it unless you actually show your work and turn in that separate sheet of paper that you show your work. Okay, And if you have a problem submitting, so what you do, you just take a photo of it with your phone, email it, image to yourself, and upload it to Schoology. If you have trouble uploading to Schoology, look into the resources folder. It shows you how to upload or how to submit things to Schoology if you're not familiar with that.